All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. This is my Monday motivation. This is mindset and motivation. That is what we're talking about, mindset and motivation. So, it's January, and I know in January there are a lot of people setting goals, and of course, one of the most popular goals that my clients are looking to achieve is losing weight. I've got a lot of clients whose goal is to lose weight. We've got a lot of clients whose goal is to create healthy blood sugar, to get off meds. And here's the deal, guys. I realize it's a slow process. But here's something to consider. Quitting won't speed it up at all. It's just going to set you back. It's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. And it's a slow process because it has to be a slow process, because you want what you're doing to be maintainable. Did you know that the number one predictor of future weight gain is weight loss? That's right. The number one predictor of future weight gain is weight loss. And we've done a lot of studies around this. So we know that for a fact that the number one predictor of future weight gain is weight loss, especially the way most people do it. Most people always strive for these big, dramatic results. And here's the fact. Big, dramatic results very rarely are sustainable. You have a big, dramatic weight loss in a month, that is very rarely sustainable. And why is that? Let's look at the science. When you lose weight, your body goes through this tug of war. Your brain gets recruited. And that's the worst thing that can happen. When you lose weight, the worst thing that can happen is for your brain to get involved. Because when your brain gets involved, it's just going to do things to force you. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to force you, it's going to ramp up your cravings to force you to eat more. Nothing you can do about that. You're going to eventually eat more. It's going to slow down your metabolism. That is automatically going to cause you to gain weight because you're eating more with a slower metabolism. And you see, that is the tug of war that is taking place in your body, because this weight loss business is a very unnatural thing. I've talked about this a number of times, that weight loss is a very unnatural thing for your body. Your body is designed to store fat. It's not designed to lose a lot of fat in a short period of time, right? It's designed to store for the future, to prepare for starvation. And when it loses a lot of fat in a short period of time, well, it triggers your starvation mechanism. It triggers that survival mechanism. And once your brain gets triggered, then it's all over for you. You are much more likely to regain every pound you have lost. And is that what you want? You don't want that. So you want to do this in a slow, sustainable way. So if you're losing a half a pound a week, you should be thankful. That is a slow, sustainable progress. If you keep doing that, half a pound a week, in 2 weeks, that's a pound. And right, in a month, you're losing 2 to 3 pounds. You should be thankful that you have a nice, slow process going, especially if it's consistent. That is exactly what you want. Now, if you've got a lot of weight to lose, you've got 100 pounds to lose, and you lose 10 pounds in a month, okay, well, that's acceptable because that's still a very small percentage of your body weight. But for most people who don't have 100 pounds to lose, you've got 20, 30 pounds to lose, and you're losing 10 pounds a month. That is not sustainable. That is going to trigger your brain to start working against you. Your brain is going to slow down your metabolism. It's going to ramp up your cravings. Your hormones are going to start working against you, right? Your fullness hormone is going to go down so that you're forced to eat more. your satiety hormone is also going to go down because your body wants you to eat more. So you see, when your biology starts to work against you, there's nothing you can do. And that is not what you want, folks. You want the results you get to be sustainable over the long term. So I would rather see you lose 10 pounds in 3 months and be able to sustain that than lose 30 pounds in 3 months and then regain every pound back. Because then the next time you attempt weight loss, guess what? It is 10 times more difficult. Your body becomes more guarded every time you attempt weight loss. And that's why one of these talks, I talk about why some people are slow losers. Some people are slow losers because the more you've done in the past, the more guarded your body is, and your hormones are just out of whack. Your metabolism is out of whack. So your body's out of whack. And that makes it difficult. And that's why the first things we work on isn't weight loss. You know, when you get started, we're not working on weight loss. We're working on creating healthy hormones. We're working on stabilizing your blood sugar so that you can create healthy hormones. And creating healthy hormones will help to optimize your metabolism. We're working on your internal physiology, changing your physiology so that you're creating the internal changes that will lead to the external changes you want. That is the process. So when you focus on doing that, that is where your long-term results will come from. So just know that when you work with me, I'm in this for the long term. I take the long-term view. I don't take the quick view. So yes, I hear it often. And you are going to think it. Oh, this is going by so slowly. I wish I was getting bigger results. Yes, everyone wished they were getting better results. But you're in a great place when you're getting slow, consistent results. That is the best thing for you. Because otherwise, your body starts working against you, and you don't want your brain and your hormones to start working against you, because that is going to make your entire process a hell of a lot more difficult over the long term, in the present and over the long term. So that is not what you want. Right? And when you start having these big dramatic weight loss, well, guess what? That means you're losing a lot of muscle tissue too, and you don't want that. Like I said, if you've got a lot of weight to lose and the weight you lose is still just a small fraction of your overall body weight, that's great. But if you've only got 20, 30 pounds to lose and you're losing 10, 20 pounds in a couple of months, well, that's a big percentage of your overall body weight. And that is more likely to trigger your body's starvation mechanism. Because you see, for you, losing 20 pounds is, that takes you closer to your goal. You're giddy. But to your body, I can't stress this enough, guys. To your body, 20 pounds represents over 80,000 units of energy. Units of energy. Fat is energy to your body. Fat is gold to your body. Your body doesn't like to burn fat. That is why it is the last thing it will do. It will burn that blood sugar. It will go to your stored sugar, your muscle glycogen, your liver glycogen. It will try to do everything it can. It will deplete every source of stored energy. It will burn all of the acetate you have from alcohol and all those different things. It will use up all of that stuff before it ever touches your fat storage. Why? Because it doesn't want to burn your fat storage. So doing this in a smart way, focusing on your habits, making sure that your habits precede your weight loss, that you can maintain those habits, and what you're doing is consistent, so that you're programming your body that, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is my lifestyle. This is what I'm going to be doing consistently. So yes, you're going to have to burn more. You're going to have to support what I'm doing. Start burning some fat, because this is my lifestyle and this is what you're going to have to support. Versus you have these dramatic losses and your habits are barely formed. You're not consistent with the habits you're practicing. You're not consistent with your activity. You're not consistent with your water. You're not consistent with your meals. Guess what? You're going to have a lot of fluctuation. And that is not a good thing, because the research tells us that the more you fluctuate in weight, you lose your gain, you lose your gain, the more weight you'll end up gaining in the long term. That is not what you want. So you want this to be a very slow process where your habits precede your results. You want to be able to maintain the habits you're practicing and have the results follow from there. That is what leads to long-term sustainable results. That is what leads to the internal physiological changes that will allow you to sustain the results you get and continue to get results, right? When you do this slowly, you're able to build muscle so that you reduce the muscle loss. When you lose a lot of weight fast, you're losing a lot of muscle, period. You're losing some fat, you're losing a lot of muscle, you're losing water. That's what you're doing. When you do this slowly, you can focus on fat loss while maintaining your muscle. Why do you want to do that? Muscle is gold on your body. Muscle is metabolically active. It is what affects your metabolism the most. How much muscle you got in your body, how fit you are. These are the things that affect your metabolism that you have direct control over. Eating balanced meals consistently over the day, eating very complex meals. These are the things that keep your body working. These are the things that affect your metabolism. These are the habits you want to be practicing over time. These are the habits that will get you great results over time and allow you to sustain those results over time. So you don't want your body to get into that weight loss tug of war where you lose your gain, you lose your gain, and your body you're triggering your brain to force you to ramp up those cravings for you to eat more, to slow down your metabolism so you'll gain more weight back. That's what's happening when you do this fast, guys. Not what you want. So if you're losing a half a pound to a pound a week, be thankful that you're doing this slowly. And if you're achieving that consistently over time, that is what's going to last. You will be able to sustain that kind of results longer because you're not triggering your body to go into starvation mode. You don't want to do that. You want to just fly under the radar. And as you're flying under the radar, you will continue to get sustainable, consistent results over time. That is what you want. So if you're here for 3 months and you only lose 10 pounds, be thankful. That is great achievement that you've lost 10 pounds in 3 months. That is great achievement. I have a lot of clients who lose 10 pounds in 3 months, and they're ecstatic because they understand the process. They understand why that is great. They understand that, hey, guess what? In another 3 months, I lose another 10 pounds. Hey, I'm 20 pounds down that I can sustain. In another 3 months, I lose another 10 pounds. I am 30 pounds down that I can easily sustain because I lose it slowly over a period of time. And who cares how long it takes? The year is going to go by. Time is going to go by anyway. You see what happens when you take a long-term view? Take a long-term view because this is about the rest of your life. You want this to be about the rest of your life. Now, I've got clients who've lost 30 pounds in 3-4 months. A lot of those clients have a lot of weight to lose, so they still have 60, 70 pounds to go. There's the difference. So that weight loss is still just a smaller fraction of their overall body weight. There's the difference, right? So guys, slow and steady wins the day. That is what you want. The slower you lose, the longer you'll keep it off, the easier it will be to keep it off, because you will be able to build the habits that are sustainable, and habits is what sustains results. You want to have those habits sustain your result. You'll be able to create the internal physiological changes, I call them the physiological adaptation, that will allow your results to be permanent. You got to create physiological adaptation for your results to be permanent. Otherwise, your weight loss is just temporary. This is another one of the talks we've done before, why your weight loss is temporary and how to make it permanent. You got to create physiological adaptations to make it permanent. So you lose 30 pounds, it's not yours yet. It's just temporary because your body is just waiting to force you to regain that weight because it doesn't like it. It's very unnatural for your body. So understand this, that the only way you're going to sustain your results is by sustaining the habits, is by going deeper with your habits, is by being more consistent with your habits so that you're training your body that this is your daily normal. This is what's normal for you. These are the habits that you're practicing regularly. And this is the new energy expenditure that it can expect, that it needs to support. That is how you go about solidifying the results you get over the long term. It's by doing this slowly so that your habits will precede your results and you're able to create the internal physiological changes that allow your results to be permanent. This is how you win over the long term. So guys, yes, it's a slow process, but quitting isn't going to speed it up. You want to persist. You want to take the long-term view. I will persist until I win. I will get there. I must get there because there is no other way. I will get to my goal. So you focus on what is that mission statement that you have this year. It is January 2026. I am 150 pounds. That's after you lose 50 pounds because your goal, you're 200, you want to be 150. I am 150 pounds. I am healthy without medication. To accomplish this, I am eating the right foods in the right amounts at the right time, 3 to 4 meals a day. I am exercising 3 to 5 days a week during my cardiovascular activity and my weight training. I am drinking a minimum of 80 ounces of water a day. I am walking my 5K to 10K steps every day. You got to spell out what you're doing. You got to spell out what you've achieved and what you're doing. That's your mission statement. I talked about that last time in creating breakthrough this year. You got to have a strong, deep emotional why. I've been working with that with my clients over the past couple of weeks. And, when you get there, when you get to that deep emotional level, man, it's pretty deep. It's brought a lot of tears to my clients' eyes in our weekly calls when they go there and they really get it, that it's about the rest of their lives. It's about their lives. It's not about losing 40 pounds, 50 pounds. It's about why. What's that going to give you? What's that going to do for you? That is what you want to think about, guys. That is what sustains you. That is what keeps you going as you continue the year to get the results you're looking for, and most importantly, to sustain the results you get this year so that next year you keep building on the results you get and you keep moving forward, getting fitter, getting better, getting stronger. You want to get healthier, fitter, stronger, better. That's how you maintain your results over the long term. So focus on the habits. Focus on slow, consistent results. Focus on the long term. That is the only thing that is sustainable. I hope this helps. I'll catch you next time.